community, this is Binary, here for another weekly update. Alright, let's get this started. Welcome community, my name's Paul Mills from Raptoreum Core, and to my right we have Hunter Schultz, who is the Strategic Director for Raptoreum. Hope you're all good. How are you, Hunter?
Doing great. Good to be back in the studio from last week.
Yeah, I'm absolutely melting here. It's ridiculous. Sometimes having 6 screens has its benefits, but when you're in a tiny office and the weather's warm outside, it's terrible. So I am.
Imagine.
I'm going to try and get through this without mentioning it. Okay. Let's have a look. What has been going on? I assume you're going to talk about your day 2.
Absolutely. Day 2. Talk about just overall impressions first. I can start in on that if you want.
Yeah,
overall impression of Panama Blockchain Week was it was pretty impressive. The first day in the morning, Tower Bank, the crypto-friendly bank here in Panama, they signed an agreement with the mayor's office, the alcaldía is what it's called, and they're going to start accepting crypto payments, which, good. And that was a significant event, and it just shows one more positive step here locally. And the other thing that I started asking people on day 2 about their thoughts, what they were seeing, hearing, and not just about blockchain in general or crypto in general, but what was the key takeaway? And one word stuck out, and that was synergy. There's a lot of synergy going on. And it actually came to light later this week. Actually, yesterday I had a meeting, which I'll get into. But synergy was a great word because there were so many good speakers and experts running around. You're bumping into people. And they all had a very positive attitude about where we were going and if you were paying attention. And these were all projects that had business use cases. Funny. So anyway, the key was I got to know some of the takeaways from this, just so you know. I got to know a couple of good media people, which will help us long term. Developing media relations is really crucial. And what I mean by that is it's not just sending out a news release and saying, hi, look at this. It's really about being of assistance to them when they need a comment about something or they're not sure of something and they want to double check a fact that's been given to them by someone within blockchain. They can come to us and say, what do you think? And also, they need a comment about the state of the market. They need a comment about memes or whatever. They can come to us. And it takes time to develop those, but we've certainly done that now. And I was very pleased with that. I had one is local, even better. So she and I spent about 40 minutes on a WhatsApp call on Friday. And she's absolutely thrilled that she has a local contact. And they're really keen to learn more. And she used the words, I asked her what was the key takeaway for her. She said synergy. I thought, well, okay, well, I'm hearing that over and over again. Good. So the other contact was a much bigger, more crypto-related magazine and online, and he's the Latin American editor for this publication. And he spoke English, which is great. And we had a nice conversation, and we're chatting on WhatsApp, and we're on LinkedIn together. And so again, same with him. It's being of service, being of assistance, and also talking, explained a little bit about Raptoreum while I was there, why it's different. And with him, the reaction I got was even more positive in the sense that he could relate very well to what we were doing. Assets on the blockchain instead of smart contracts, et cetera, et cetera. And I did remember something that we didn't talk about in one of our videos, Paul, and that was the soft forking mechanism that Raptoreum has and how we do that. And he seemed very impressed with that. So anyway, I think these are things that we're going to do more of as we go to these events and cultivate them, because we're going to need those, and they need us, frankly. So we are going to be used as a source of knowledge, and that's far better than just having one news release done. That was a pretty, those two are pretty major, and I was very happy about that. And again, the second day was more of the same, of meeting people that we identified that we could have synergy with and could work with in their projects. And tomorrow is my follow-up day. I've got to write a number of them and say, hey, we got on David's calendar. He's looking forward to talking to you. And anyway, that's follow-up day is tomorrow. So that, in terms of the show itself, and again, I have to thank our benefactor for paying for the ticket. Very, very good investment on your part, because it was a great time for us to get in there and talk with people and let them know that we exist and what we're doing. So again, thank you for that. And the outcome from this, I met someone who is a lawyer from one of the universities here, and it just so happens I have a connection with that university, and I'll get to that. And the lawyer, his English was not very good, and my Spanish isn't all that great. But when I started talking to him about putting diplomas or degrees on the blockchain, his eyes lit up. He went, okay, this is good. So, EdTech. And that's a good segue into the meeting that I had yesterday with an old friend of mine. And I've known him since 2000, I want to say 2008. And he's probably a year, maybe 2 years older than I am, and has extensive experience in a number of areas, one in particular. And he is teaching at 2 universities. One of those universities is the same as the lawyer that I spoke with. He was familiar with the name. And the meeting that I had yesterday was really about educating him what we do within EdTech and understanding the background of why Raptoreum is probably the best chain out there for doing this kind of work, because of the security, because of the growth that's going to happen. And that was probably a good 45 minutes of that conversation we had. It was about an hour and 45 minutes total. And interestingly enough, he's a guy who knows everyone in the maritime space. And he started seeing some big opportunities there, big opportunities. And so we're now looking at how we develop the EdTech side of this, which is universities here using Raptoreum to put degrees, certificates, etc., on the chain, and ideally integrating that into their websites. So if someone wants to check and see if someone graduated from that university, they could go on the website, and ultimately what they're getting is a readout from the Asset Explorer. so that it's, and if, here's a little, a use case, for instance. One university says, you can go on their website and it'll tell you, you put in the name of the graduate and it'll tell you yes, but it's not official until you write to the registrar's office or whatever the name of the office is. Well, in this case, that just takes time and it takes expense, etc. Why not just use the Raptoreum Explorer, the Asset Explorer, and get your data from there, plug it in, etc. And then it is legit. I mean, it is done by the university. Here it is, and it's proof. So it saves a lot of people time, money, and it's that hit home. That definitely hit home. We are probably within the next 2 weeks going to be headed to see the rector of a university that he's very familiar with, and talk with them about doing this to start with, and then there's much more. But that was one hell of a meeting yesterday. That's all I can tell you right now. I can't wait to share more. It's early yet, and we don't want to, count our chickens before they're hatched, so to speak. So as soon as I can, I will. Just be thankful that there's some great synergy going on here. I'm laughing because it was funny watching him. Here's the thing that was funny to me. And it was by the end of this meeting, it was my friend saying things like, well, what we need to do is this. We need to do. So he had bought in, so to speak. And that was a critical moment for me when I first heard that. Well, what we need to do is this, and this, and here's the game plan. And I thought, okay, yeah, we're good. So where we're going to see, we're going to have a combination of things. It's these universities using Raptoreum blockchain, ideally to start with, to put degrees and certificates online. And then growing from that, there are possibilities for them to cooperate between the universities. And one university has a certain technical department that another one doesn't. So the students can learn how to cooperate across the universities and do collaborative work, which is good experience for them long term, and it's good on their resume too. So there's a lot more coming on that, and my head's kind of still spinning from it. So that's sort of the update from the last week, and yeah, I'm needless to say, if you can tell why this man is smiling, I am smiling big because I see a much bigger opportunity here, and we'll share it when appropriate. Paul, and there you are.
There we are.
Sweating away, right?
So yeah, sorry, I wasn't going to mention it. You brought it up.
I'm sorry.
Before I start on my things, I just want to say, if you are watching this is not a live stream. Even though we've got the banner going across to say it's a live stream, it's not a live stream. It's pre-recorded. We just did that because we were a day late because we were busy yesterday, and trivia was on and things, so it wasn't a good time to do a live stream. So we decided to do a recording. Okay, so over the last, I don't know, 6 months, 7 months, possibly more, we've talked about a partnership that we were very pleased about, because the people involved in this particular company, they were very experienced. They'd worked with some top names in the space, and they were willing to bring their expertise over to the Raptoreum project to help us out and to help us present ourselves in the way that we should be presenting ourselves, depending on who's looking. And I've also mentioned that we were working on a few different types of deck aimed at different demographics. So we're at a stage now where we are focused on one aspect of one of those decks, and that is edtech education, and like, you know, IP on chain and all that sort of stuff, as Hunter was talking about earlier. And this means that our project is at the stage where someone notable is willing to put their name on top of it and to work with us in a public manner. And I'm pleased to announce that we have a new team member called Daria. And she brings a lot to the table, a lot of experience in markets, a lot of connections, and she's worked with, like I said, many of the top names in the space, and she's been great since we've been working with us since November. She's obviously as part of a larger group, but she's made the effort to focus on our project and to try and bring something to the table, and to further our tech and also our outreach and our use cases to people that are potentially interested, and to find gaps in the market that we possibly didn't notice that were there before. And this all ties in with what Hunter's been talking about with IP and with just general assets on chain, and bringing the pieces of the puzzle together so we can create an ecosystem that circulates. So what I will do is go to the blog post. There is a blog post, by the way. Check out blog.raptoreum.com, and you can read all about Daria and what she's skilled in. But initially, we're working with Daria on research and IP protection, which is enabling tamper-proof timestamps and decentralized peer review mechanisms for academic work. So this is something that can really benefit the edtech space, and to sort of unify the acceptance of certifications on chain across different universities and institutions. So that's something we're focusing on. Also, verifiable academic credentials. So what that means is anything that's on there is basically fraud resistant. There's a lot of tampering and fraud that goes on in the education space to this day. People trying to get away with possibly a qualification that they're not qualified to get. So this is something that can solve that issue. Also, decentralized learning records. This is allowing students to own and control their academic achievements and also their learning paths. So whereas before at school, myself and Hunter would probably get like a book of achievement or something like that, and it's like a physical thing, but this can actually be digitized, and by digitizing it, it's a lot more safer. You're not going to lose it, and it can't be cloned and taken as someone else's qualification. So that is the benefit to that. Also, another thing as well is transfer of funds between educational or institutional areas. So this is something else we're focused on. If there's a shared fund for a certain activity for a group of universities, we can provide the tools in place to facilitate that process. Another thing that it brings to the table as well is transparent tuition and scholarships. So we are currently working on and are going to be releasing smart contracts in Apache Spark in the near future. So by allowing smart contracts on the Raptoreum chain, we can allow things such as automated tuition payments, and also like pay-as-you-earn tuition models. So these are like the 5 different things that we're bringing to the edtech space, and one of our initial projects that we're working with, and speaking to universities and focusing on outreach to more universities moving forward. So yeah, really good to have Daria on board with the experience and the contacts and also the vision of how a working ecosystem can work and connect together. Yeah, and if you want to Google her, she speaks very often all over the world, and she's a very respected person in the space. She's also a doctor, so it's very
Doctor of,
uh, she's doctor of something. I wouldn't say it was health. I don't know. I think it'll be on the
on her bio, yeah.
it'll be on the bio and also on the blog if you want to go and check that out. Another thing as well is something really cool and something that we really respect is we have a guy on Shunem. I think I mentioned him lightly on the last stream, where he's been working on a marketplace for Raptoreum assets. He started a testnet and has been offering, a little bit of an incentive for people to use the testnet. So if you want to help that along, head over to the testnet channel at our Discord. That is discord.gg/Raptoreum. Is that what it's called? Testnet? I think it might be called something else. I'll just double check.
I don't remember.
I should know this. Testnet General, that's it. Yeah, and Shunam is there working his magic, and if you have anything that you feel he should focus on in terms of the marketplace, or something that's missing, or a use case, or a potential button here or there that it needs, then feel free to let him know. He's very receptive to ideas, and he's willing to come up with solutions. This is a guy that's worked very hard when no one else, well, I'm not saying no one else, but not many people are focused on working hard when things in blockchain, especially on alts, and haven't been great. But some people can see past all of that, can see past all the noise, and they're focused on an end goal and creating something that can really benefit people and benefit the whole Raptoreum ecosystem. So I assume there's going to be more people creating marketplaces as well, and it's only going to get better from here on out. So big thanks to Shunam for doing that, and again, head over to the Testnet General if you want to go and check that out. What else have we got? We usually do Asset of the Week, don't we, Hunter?
Yeah, we do. There are a lot of assets too.
There has been a lot of assets. Has that been because of this marketplace?
I think that's the case, yes.
Yeah, but isn't the marketplace working on testnet coins?
Yeah, but I think they're also putting it on mainnet.
Ah, right, okay.
The other thing I wanted to, so let's circle back on, my question is Daria the one who overheard the dinner conversation in Singapore?
Uh,
The one where you were talking to the other blockchains and you were helping them out, and someone was overhearing.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
there we go.
There we go. So that started from us helping someone else in Singapore, and then someone else overhearing. So she respected our knowledge, respected our advice that we were giving to somebody else, and said, I want to work with those guys. So there we go.
Yep. Wow. We have a lot of assets.
All right, I'm going to bring this up into the slide so we can actually check it out. So we've got one here of Sunset on the Plains.
Yeah, that's pretty. The horse.
Beta bug hunters. I assume they're talking about Talon on that.
Yeah.
Neon code crawlers.
That looks like AI.
Yeah. Elder
Most
of the
these are
Plains. Twilight. The Face of Wisdom. Ceremonial dress. The sacrifice. That's not AI, is it? Surely.
It looks, if it is, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of a violent.
Oh, it might be because that one above's slightly different.
Yeah.
The faith of Abraham. How many of these is there, Hunter? Am I going to be in all day? Faith, hope,
There's quite
love.
a few. There's a song here.
A
My
song.
song. My song. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know if there's a song there or not. It doesn't look like it. There's no artwork. The next one up is Daniel in the Lion Den,
Oh, I've gone past that.
which actually is, that's nice.
Oh yeah, Daniel in the Lion Den. So this one's a song below it.
Yeah, it just says my song. There's no
Hmm.
artwork.
Well, I can't really click it because then we might get a copyright strike.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll
There's
check.
RTM Journey. There's two RTM journeys apparently. A Raptoreum journey, RTM journey. Oh, okay. Of a rocket ship. Wonder what that means.
Huh.
Harmony of the Hearts and Raptor Vault. And then there's some kind of kinky Valky Raptor, nice looking women with bird feet. Uh,
The bulky
okay.
raptor, yeah, yeah.
Tunium, it is alive. Ooh. Yeah, that's the other thing.
Who was
Tunium is
working on
something.
Tunium? Wasn't that Balinox?
Balinox.
Balinox,
Yeah,
yeah.
Balinox.
Do you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's his
Yeah,
asset?
right above it, Balinox. There's an
Uh,
asset right above it.
oh yeah, yeah.
Balinox and then Tunium is alive. Okay. And then we have more of the very buff woman with bird feet. Okay. If you're into that sort of thing. Um,
Raptor Lock IP by Sagebite.
Raptor Lock IP by Sagebite. Okay.
What's this one?
Contrasts in technology. And then A Moment in Time. That's a very pretty girl. Wow.
We're gonna both have to agree on one because
Okay. I got the hunter cleavage. That's enough.
have you got all the way there, have you?
Yeah, got all
Oh
the way
yeah, so
there.
that's where we left off from last time. So
Yeah,
what are you saying,
that was
Hunter?
the winner last week. Boy, I'm the one that I think hit me. Actually, Daniel in the Lion's Den. There's just the
Daniel in the
sun.
Lion's Den.
That's a beautiful. I mean, it really is beautiful.
Let's find that again.
Below the rockets.
Daniel in Lion Den. That one.
Yeah, Daniel in Lion Den. Yeah, I think that one
Oh yeah,
is
that is pretty cool. Yeah, I agree.
the shading and the. I mean, if it's. I mean, let's just assume it's AI. It's pretty spectacular. The lion manes, from a technical standpoint, if you will. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I, I I think that is the one that kind of captured my. It's the most memorable that I've seen. The Indians are great, but special mention to the Indians. The
Okay.
last one of the
If
Indians is good,
if
but the
you
lions can
are
take.
if you are the creator of this AI image, then get in touch with us and we will reward you with some magical Raptorium coins. They really are magical.
Yes.
Um, what else have we got? We're not live, so we're not taking questions. Yes, if you would like to help us out, you can become a member of this YouTube channel. There's 4 different levels, and it all goes towards what myself and Hunter and the rest of the team are working and pushing towards on little small things here and there for marketing. So I mentioned before that we had we had some license fees that were up for our music policy, so we paid for that a week or so ago. So yeah, it goes to things like that and makes the stream better. So thank you to all those that are already contributing to the project. And yes, as I say, click the little button on the bottom left if you want to help us out. And if you're not already following us on X, we are at Raptoreum. We're also on Instagram and Threads with the same username. And we're also on TikTok as well. That's at official Raptoreum. Please give this stream, or I say stream, this video a like, and click the little follow button and the subscribe button to be kept up to date with any more Raptoreum videos. Raptor chain reaction. We haven't done a Raptor chain reaction video for a while, Hunter.
We do have to do one.
We do need to do one. And also Raptoreum guides and things like that. And I think, unless you've got anything else to add, I think we'll just leave it there and keep it short.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna put the RCR outro on the end of this, like I did before. That seems to work well.
Okay.
Guys, thank you very much for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure. Do apologise that we're a day late, but you know, sometimes life gets in the way and we have to do things. So thank you for watching, and until next week, catch you later.
Cheers.